Good afternoon, everyone. We are 100 Years Enterprise, introducing Consequences of the Street Life, Season 4. Last time we filmed was at the end of spring. We did 10 episodes, 10 beautiful episodes with 10 beautiful and amazing people who have some good stories to tell. And so before we introduce our first guest, we would like the audience to know what we have been doing since that time, the progress of 100 years, what 100 Years Enterprise is about, and where we're trying to go on this journey.
Okay, I guess I'll start off first. My name is Patrick Scott, better known as Cyrene, as everybody know. But again, I just want to say, thanks again for coming to our podcast. Since the last podcast, since the last 10 episodes, it's been a real lot been going on. I could say the crime situation when we was on that news channel was great. That was progress. We also extended our contracts with Contra Costa County Juvenile Hall in regards to community pathway. So that entails just us, catching young men coming out of juvenile hall since the YAs are closed, and being able to mentor them and steer them away from making early death decisions, something, similar to our mission statement. And as well as, the progress of the curriculums that we teach inside the juvenile hall system. So we teach CGA, which is Criminal Gang Anonymous, as well as life skills, and the MC3, the multi-core curriculum.
Financial literacy.
Financial literacy, the financial literacy. So the financial literacy piece we do every Friday, of course, and then we do CGA every Friday night. So we go back in the evening and mentor those young men. But the Big Bang Theory is the MC3 program. I really love that program. It's a multi-core curriculum. Me, Fahim and myself are instructors in there. And then what we do, we have a partnership that we allow, and I allow Fahim to give more insight on that. But I will say that we did have a young man named Alvarado, right? And he graduated. He was able to come from the juvenile hall to the Rising Sun program, which is on Oakland on 29th Street. Am I correct?
36 and San Pablo. Actually, I got to say that it's the first time ever in Contra Costa County or the Bay Area that a young man was able to be released to go back into the community to perform and get these experiences as a young apprentice while still incarcerated and on ankle monitor. And he will be released next week.
So big kudos to that. We gotta give each other a pound, because we really, I wouldn't say spearheaded, but was instrumental in bringing that together and allowing that to happen. I won't say much because we got a lot to take care of or go into, but I will say, man, we done a lot of work, and we continuously doing a lot of work. And we also are in the process of bringing more mentors in to help and assist us with this community activists that we've been doing. So thank you very much, and I'll pass the mic.
I'm Dante, for 100 Years Enterprise.
Good afternoon.
I just want to say this, 100 years is moving in the right direction. It's beautiful to be where we at, especially where we came from. And I just want the people to know that those that don't know, 100 years was based on 3 individuals went to prison when we was teenagers, and combined together, we did 100 years in prison. So those that don't know that, you know it now. And so we're going to continue to push till we can't push no more, because the main thing is this, right? We want to affect all the youth that we possibly can in a positive way, so they won't make early death decisions like we did. So it's a beautiful thing, and I want to thank the brother, Gabe, for this. Truly a blessing. Thank you. And we push it.
Absolutely. And as we move forward, again, my name is Fahim, but our first guest, I would like to just say a couple things about this young man. He sent me this story, and he been telling me, Fahim, I'm on a mission, big bro, I'm on a mission. Never once did I doubt him. He said, growing up in the Bayview Hunters Point neighborhood in the mid-90s, I'm not going to say his name yet. He lived with the effects of decades of community divestment, racist housing development, and law enforcement policies, and the crack cocaine epidemic. This young man, he been sought after in the construction industry. And when we understand what it means to become acclimated, the process of change, growth and development from our adolescent years to our teenage years to our adulthood to become men for the service of change. So before I go any further, I would like to introduce Mr. James Price. My brother.
Good looking
How you
out,
doing
guys.
today?
I'm good.
All right. Some know you by James Price, but I met you years ago. We called you IROC,
Correct.
right? And so for the audience, tell them in brief who you are and why you here today.
My name James Price. I'm here today to speak on change, speak on just life. Just happy to be here with y'all.
We happy to have you. We talk about the consequences of the street life. It affects all of us differently. I'm finna go deep into it. We talked second time you came back using Folsom. Remember that?
Yes,
We was
sir.
on the 5th tier.
Yes, sir.
In brief, you told me the story about the coveralls, the overalls, right? What was that experience like? The beginning and then the effect because you almost lost your life.
Man, it was from the beginning, damn. You got to see it to believe it. Just to go in short detail, I was lost. Just to say that I was lost. I was lost. I was a follower. I was lost. I was following. I was a kid. You know, there's just so many ways to put it without putting it in the wrong way. I just didn't have the leadership that I needed to have to be the man that I was supposed to become a long time ago. Sometimes we get misled by the shit that we see.
Absolutely.
And I was one of the ones that was a strong believer in some shit that wasn't the truth. You know, y'all say 100 years. I did 100 years for this. 100 shots I done dropped. I done did it all for a belief that was a figment. I built it up. When I came in, I said James Price, not IROC, because IROC was something that I built that was fake. That shit ain't real. It don't
And that's
mean
why it's
nothing.
good to know both parts,
You feel
both
me?
sides.
It don't mean nothing, no, because I only mean something in the streets. But you go in these establishments and all that, they don't. That sound like Arabic to them or something.
Right.
It don't.
Foreign.
You know what I'm saying? It don't. You know, and the respect that I gain in these streets, I want to gain that in this real world under James Price, under me. Create this character. You gonna respect this character. You feel me? And that's
like the old character.
like the old character, except for stand on more principle, more realism, and not on a fake belief of hurting my own.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Robbing my own, hurting my own, seeing my own, fucking over my own, just being stupid, just being a follower. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Because I know you, it's interesting to me, man, to see change, right, in myself and then seeing in others, right? And so I can't just say, man, you changed. I have to ask the question, so you can articulate respecting you as a man and getting an understanding from you. Because sometimes we always look at things and then think we know, but we really don't know. So I wanted to ask you, man, how old was you when you first came in, and how long did you do? And when you had your, it's a three-part question.
All right.
And when did you have your aha moment when you said, you know what, enough is enough?
I was 16 when I got caught for the murders. There was multiple shootings along with that. Growing up, we didn't know about CSI. We didn't know about all the police involvement. I didn't know that dropping all them shells, they were just building cases against me.
Real quick, for those who don't know, where you grew up at?
Bayview, Hunters Point, Harbor Road, Big Block,
Okay, there we go.
San Francisco. But just we didn't know. Again, just being dumb, being kids. You know, coming outside 12, 13 years old, flipping Cougars, flipping Mustangs, flipping Skylarks, Grand Nationals. It was fast where we at. So, you know, for me to lie, I would be fake, so I just try to keep it blunt as I can. My transition into that was my brother getting killed. Before that, I was a private school cat. I went to private school. Harlem, I'm Catholic. I'm one of the black Catholics y'all might meet. You know what I'm saying? But my family pushed that line. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I went to Harlem Cathedral, honestly. And my upbringing wasn't to hate the white man, wasn't to hate the Mexican, wasn't to hate the Asian. My mom always told me, it's what I'm gonna make it. It's out there, what you gonna do. But at the same time, and going to that situation and going outside, it's a whole different story when you're coming outside. Because I'm seeing a lot of stuff, but I ain't seeing nobody with a construction shirt on or a suit on. So I just became a product of that. And in the midst of being a product of that, it ain't no banging if it ain't no hanging if you ain't banging.
Yes.
So we all know that slogan. We've been there, and I became a participant of that gang activity. And again, I took it to the heart. I loved it hard, and I went down hard. I got told on. I got crossed. You just wouldn't believe it. It was so many snitches, so many dudes dropping them beans from that chili that you wouldn't believe, and that hurted. So that was one part, but I was still young, still blind, like, F them dudes, I'm gonna do this way. Still no growth. And then they sent me to Solano with you guys at 18. And then I got to Solano, and that was like life-changing. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was more like, you know what I'm saying? Because I had missed juvenile hall because they said I wasn't fit for the CYA rehabilitation. Because every time I went to juvenile hall, we was kicking it off. And I had a little say-so at the time. So they didn't want me participating in a rehabilitation center. So they figured the 707 men bound me over to adult court. So I was housed in A50, but I was going to juvenile court in the process. Feel me? So then they tried to teach me a lesson, and they did teach me a lesson. And so going further from that, I caught a couple murders. I had a few shootings. It was just a lot of wrong. To glorify it, no. To wanted to go through it, I needed that. Would I want to do it again? Nah. But I needed the knowledge to know now about now, right? So to transfer from that, they gave me I fought death penalty. I had an overkill and I had a couple shootings that the shell casings led up to. I cut 4 dudes loose on my murder trial. I cut 4 dudes loose and took the time by myself, courtesy of my mom, because some of them dudes wasn't no good. You know what I mean? And my mom took that time from me, honestly. You know how you fight the case, it go from death penalty to life to 18 years so we jumped on to 10 years. You know what I mean? And so in Solano time, my first 2 years, again, I was a good follower. At 21, I started running that line. For San Francisco cats. And that was big for me because it was like some dudes, it was like out the movies. Yeah. I mean, growing up, I didn't have no father, so, like Too Short, like certain dudes were like my father figure. Certain dudes that I just look at and be like, they'd be like, don't trust a woman, don't do this. I didn't have nobody telling me that. Like, my mom was telling me to be a lover boy, but that wasn't the truth, feel me? So a lot of my teaching was Bill Cosby, the TV shows, and you know what I mean? So
wrong mentors.
Right, you know what I mean? And then to get to prison and be like, this shit for real. I never seen as much racism. I never seen as much, I never seen it. What I seen was always us killing each other. Mm-hmm. I never fought a Latino. I never fought a white man. I never did that before. I was just fighting a dude that looked like me. You feel what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this, Brother James. So the consequence of the street life, right? I'm listening to your story, right? And I see it affected you in a lot of different ways. But did you ever think about how it would affect your family or your parents?
At the time, it was more of me providing for my parents, providing for my family. I didn't see we came from nothing.
Yes.
So any win I got was a win for everybody. So however I had to go get that win, I had to bring that win home.
Yes.
Because I had to provide for just not me, but my mom. I'm an only child, so me and my mom hit it hard. That's my best friend, her and my grandma. So
what would you tell a youngster today, right? That's just probably going through the same thing that you went through, growing up. Because a lot of times, growing up, we don't think about the consequence of the street life. We don't think about how it's going to affect, my loved one, how it's going to affect my grandmother, my brother, or my sister, or even somebody that we might be harming out there in the streets. So what would you tell a youngster today about the consequence of the street life and how it can affect you in the long run, and it has a trickle effect in life.
Let me ask you guys a question with a question. How many loved ones y'all lost during all that time y'all did?
A lot. Too many.
Man.
How many people that you couldn't tell you love and give a hug to while you was gone?
My grandmother and grandfather.
Too many.
There you have it. That's what's gonna come with that.
Yes.
I mean, if they care, I mean, as much as, well, I can't even say that because, you know, sometimes we get a lot of love from the household, and the more love we get from the household, it pushes us further to them streets. Because that's not what we want to hear. That's not what we see. I was talking to Tay earlier, and you ain't gonna save a whole gang group. You ain't gonna save a whole unit, but if you can grab one dude, though, just one, and show him some numbers, everybody gonna follow that.
Yeah.
These dudes are with perception, what they see. Farrakhan been talking. All these dudes been talking. They been speaking the righteous, the most truth, letting us know, you know, you do this, you're gonna get this. Then none of us listen. And sometimes you got to go through it to get to it. It sucks to say that, but sometimes you can talk, but they gonna look at us as being old and washed up or scared, not being knowledgeable and smart. I'm scared of what I'm gonna do to one of their young guys they play with me. I ain't scared of nothing else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's more of a, we can tell them, but we got to show them, because the paralytic's gonna say anything. You know, a person can tell you anything. We all got lied to. And I ain't the only one that got felt no dream. You know what I mean? Like, we all got lied to. You know what I mean? And they been getting lied to from their mamas, their daddies. Everybody been failing them.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you know, so what they gonna listen to us for? So if we get one and show them, numbers show everything. Perception, remember, it's that rap stuff you see on TV. It's the perception everybody trying to capture.
Exactly.
You know, we always talk about how we hear how perception becomes a reality. You know, whatever I perceive, whatever I see, that becomes the truth, right? And so when you talk about proper guidance, proper education, the lip service, we hear it, but we don't even understand what we see, the action and the results of those actions. And so I'm going to read you something and tell me what this meant. James was unwavering in his commitment to change and refused to let his past define his future. Determined to turn his life around, he sought a career that would allow him to build his life in a positive way. What that mean?
Man, just being at the right place at the right time and making yourself accountable for your decisions. Sometimes you can't look at it, you gotta go get it. I was hungry. I'm hungry right now. I was a plumber when I came home from with you guys, and that money wasn't really working for me the way I wanted to work, but really it was. See, that's the thing of being asleep. I wasn't awake. I was getting $71 an hour, and I gave it up to go back outside because outside money, with my perception of seeing my partners, it looked different from what I had going on. And that's why I speak perception. I'm speaking from experience. I quit a career. I quit something that was golden to do some shit that didn't mean nothing. And in the end, I got nothing out of it. The change came when my house, I got shot. And a lot of people started put in the midst of me getting shot along the way. I went to jail again, Folsom. I read the Bible hella times. You know what I mean? I'm Catholic. You know, I read it but I read it because my grandma made me read the Bible. But I was sitting in my cell. One of the brothers gave me a cell phone with a care package.
Absolutely.
That's a care package.
And I didn't even know the cell phone was in the ho-hos or something, right? I'm sitting there with a cell phone in my cell, like sitting on the floor tripping. I could have gotten in trouble, right? So anyway, so I'm sitting there and I had picked up the Bible, and I'm going through it. And I had ran into that thing about Paul and Saul, when Paul was killing all the people and everything or whatever. And I never even noticed about dude. All the times I read the Bible, I really didn't read it. I was just skimming through it, So this time I read it, I think, and I just was tired, man. They kept raiding my house. I'm looking stupid to my neighbors. It's like any good thing I got, it was never good because I got it in a bad way. So I was never able to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? We having multiple shootouts. I just got tired, man. And I'm hooked up with this dude named Rusty Hosley from Hosley Corporation. See, that's what I mean about some of the teachers we give these youngsters about the white man, the white man, the white man. Don't get it wrong. You got wrong in every culture.
Yeah.
You got some fucked up blacks, some fucked up Mexicans, some fucked up whites, but you do got some people that's human.
Oh, yeah.
You feel
know.
what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
And dude took a chance on me. And I wound up getting this dude a couple jobs that was amazing that, you know what I mean, to where the respect became equal. I never asked for money.
Yes.
Some niggas, I say niggas, excuse my language, but niggas would be
it's
like,
okay.
hey man, let me get 100,000, let me get 200,000 out that million or them 3 million.
Yeah.
I just asked for opportunity to become an operator.
Exactly.
Me being black and me coming from a plumbing situation, having to be a laborer. I'm not gonna know laborers, but it just that wasn't for me. To go from making $71 to making $32, I was like, man. And he gave me opportunity. Him and this dude named Daniel, they the owners of this Hosley Corporation.
Okay.
And they gave me opportunity of lifetime. They sent me to school. Schooling again, you got to pass a test, an AFAB test. I earned that. And I passed it, and I wound up passing ahead of my class.
That's what's up.
And yeah, you feel me? And from there, it was like I didn't know I can do it. I did it, and I've been working equipment ever since.
That's what's up.
And that's why I show perception. So now when they see me in these fancy cars and my jewelry or whatever they see, Harbor Road didn't give me this, partner.
That's right. That's right.
Feel me? I was here 30 minutes on time, before time. So you always think you're here yesterday, so you always a day ahead of yourself. Some of these dudes gotta know accountability, know time, know everything. And once they learn that, they're gonna be some winners.
Man.
But these niggas sleep until 12, 1 o'clock and get up looking at everybody else who are already up and been already active.
I got my alarm clock at 5 o'clock.
But they looking at now they looking with hatred. They looking with deception because of their laziness. And if we gonna teach, you got to teach accountability.
Exactly.
That's number one. Instead of all the finger pointing,
Exactly.
accountability sometimes. And I had to take accountability of why I was losing. It wasn't the dudes I was around. It was my decision.
Exactly.
So when I took accountability and learned accountability, now you got James Price sitting right here.
Exactly. So everything that you went through was a must that you go through that. to
Oh,
get to
most
where you-
definitely.
To get to where you at right now.
And I got no regrets from anything I've done because
Definitely.
that's what I signed up for.
Yes,
Anybody
sir.
I went against, we signed up for it together.
Yes, sir.
You would have called me, you would have hurt me. I just happened to catch you, and that was life. Do I pray for their families? Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Do I have sorrow in my heart? Yeah. I'm human. I'm a man. But again, my mother shared that pain from my brother. And in me trying to hurt somebody, I only hurt my mother double the time because she lost me in the process. Then I got some other mother hurting, how my grandmother hurting right now. So those is the effects across my mind that fuck me up mentally. That's what make me want to help. Everything I did fucked up, I want to change it and do it the right way.
So you still carry that with you today, right?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna lighten the mood a little bit, right? Because this is deep, but I like to attack from different angles, right? Me knowing you, I want to talk about because when I just look at you, man, I say, man, in the culture that we lived inside prison, right? We had to do everything we can to survive first, and you did a pretty good demonstration of that. So I gotta go into that. I ain't gonna bring up no bum. I'm gonna bring up somebody that I'm talking about the visitor room. I'm talking about the disco on the floor. We got to give respect to. We got the undercurrent and the overcurrent, right? So the sister that you was with, I mean, it ain't got to be no name specifically, but how was that during your time in regards to the perks of having people in your life that care about you, right? That put you in a good situation when you was inside, because that matters. Kind of lose his mind if he ain't got nothing going. So we got to give a shout out to that. We got to talk about it. That's all I want to know.
All right, well, first,
When you was in IROC mode.
First, I want to give a shout out to Rick. When I got to jail, I never got a chance to really be around many Oakland cats, Richmond cats. I was straight gangbanging in San Francisco off from Harbor Road. I didn't really leave off my section. Right. So to get to prison and run into so many brothers that's just like me or even fucked up worse, it was a blessing. And the slick stuff came from, again, just, we got minds. And I was planning to tell you, how many brothers that like to argue, they can be lawyers. How many brothers that's good with selling dope, man, they can be accountants. So many brothers that's good with so much stuff. I was just slick. And then so we go to the visiting room, and then in the vending machine they got what I could talk about it now. So in the vending machine they got the hot Cheetos, the Funyuns, they got the little burritos, and the M&Ms. But each weekend you got to remember that vending machine changed. See, people wasn't paying attention. So when I go out there on Thursday night, I look at what they got in the vending machine. So come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I got M&M, Skittles. So I had Shorty putting the balloons and the M&Ms and the balloons and the Skittles. And then when she come in, she'll lace them up. And then me, JJ, Ron, everybody that was part of the squad, I come to take a picture. So when we took a picture, I'm passing out. I make everybody go buy their own M&Ms, though, whatever we got, like Cheetos, whatever. When I go get the bag, we go take the picture. We're going to set all our stuff down. So when we sit it down, pick up the opposite table, pick all that back up, leave that on that table. Our girl's going to pick them up. You feel what I'm saying? The empty ones, you know what I mean? The clean ones. So now we over there popping balloons. Swallowing, drinking Hawaiian punches and juices, right in all their faces, popping balloons. And it was beneficial. And then as far as the running the many women through there having fun, it was only best on holidays because that closet was right there by the vending machines. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't miss you for a minute. You know, Meeks them sitting there looking, but for a minute, Meeks don't miss you. And then you had some cool black deputies that really they cared for their job, but they knew our situation. Because I know I got caught a few times, and, you know, he's telling me to go wash my hands, you know, before I come out. You know, he dropped little lugs on me. And again, I met a couple of brothers that was really smart. And again, we had fun in Solano, guys. Like, I mean, I just say glorified jail. You got to make the best of what you got to make out of when you stuck there. And, you know, I didn't miss a beat, though.
No, you didn't. I wanted to bring that out because, you know, we used to have sidebar conversations, man. I learned a lot from you. One time you pulled the machine out on me and gave me a nod, like, you don't go and get ready to call you a coward when you get back to the yard. So I went, but I just wanted to say, man, it's just, I'm so proud of you, man. And I'm saying that because I've changed. If I was still stuck in the wilderness and still, you know, in my criminal thinking, I'll be, like you said, on the other side talking about, man, he squared up. But I squared up too, and I'm glad to see that we survived and we doing what we doing.
I get called sellouts. I got called I changed, and nigga, I did. Nigga, yeah. And so what?
What's wrong with that? Exactly.
Yeah, nigga, I did.
Exactly.
Rock, why you walk away for? Nigga, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Tired, bro. Like, I'm the one getting chased. My house the one getting raided. I'm the one getting humiliated. My grandma the one got to deal with her grandson running around here hurting people and being known for selling drugs and doing all the wrongest. And that's embarrassing. Especially with my family on the commission boards and all this and all. That's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? And here I am, the black sheep. I just got tired. I didn't tell on nobody. I took my time. I rocked it out. I was a man in prison. I became a man in prison. I just got tired. You know, my situation is sweet. I ain't got no blemishes on mine. I just know change. I just know I wasn't getting no money in Hunters Point. I wasn't winning. I had a name that they glorified for bullshit, but it didn't get me, like when rent was due. I had to come home and learn how to pay rent. I never knew how to pay rent. So this shit $2,800, and I'm like, damn, how I'm gonna get this? Like, you know what I mean? Now I'm doing strange things for change that will get me sent right back to the joint where I promised I didn't want to be. You know what I mean? And my second time going back when I seen y'all again, that was it.
You know, when people recognize our change, we always have to give thanks. And we like to give a thanks and a shout out to Chevron, who has now have become our first sponsor. So we want to give a shout out to Chevron. It's a blessing to all what they have done for us and recognize the work what we do. James, I-Rock, the first time I saw you, we were out. We was at the comedy club. We saw each other from a distance, man, and we just gave each other a big hug. That meant a lot because it was all genuine, the smiles. We laughed. We said, man, we're going to have to connect. You know, we finally connected. We've been talking, but we finally connect. And I want to just say, man, I appreciate you, all what you're doing for the community, your change, your growth, those who see you where you come from, but it also helps me also because I see your progress. When I see you, I see me. And thank you.
Most definitely. Truly a blessing, man.
You ain't going nowhere, sit back down. We ain't just, ain't nowhere.
You know, I just want to say I'm proud of you, you know, for sure. For you to, you know, go through what you've been through and come out and make a 360 degree to change, that's a blessing. Yeah. You know, that's a blessing, man. And, you know, and I tip my hat off to you and many more brothers that's doing the same thing, getting out and changing their life because that's hard. You know, even though we had to go through a lot to change, but the thing is, we changed and we made it. And I want to say I'm proud of you and thank you for coming on the podcast.
And I just close with say this to you, man. You know, you changed, but you still got a lot of swag, man. So I'm always never lose that, man. You know what I mean? That goes a long way. Just do the right thing. Continue to do the right thing, man, like you've been doing, man. And I appreciate you, man, for coming in and being on the podcast, man, and sharing your thoughts, man, because it's very, very impactful to the youth, man, to get an inside view of how to change.
Man, y'all
So
keep
thank
it
you.
going, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go on
Yes,
and
sir.
grab
Yes,
one.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. And again, we are 100 Years Enterprise. Follow us on Instagram, 100 Years DOP, on the YouTube, 100 Years Enterprise, our website, 100years.biz. We're trying to get on.
like.
We're trying to get on Patreon. That's our next move. And shout out to Gabe at G26 Productions.
And share, like our podcast, and subscribe.
And we need mentors. So when you check into 100 years, please come in and let us know that you want to be a mentor so we can interview you for that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Peace out.